Hello, hello. This is Wings and Beauty coming to you from the foots of the Great Rift Valley. This is GOA, Beat the Drum, Children's Home. We are just coming to bring the good news of what the Lord is doing. On my right, we have the Suswa Hills, and behind me is the Mount Rongonot. You can visit this home. It's one of the best. The Serenes are wonderful, and the hospitality in this place, I'm telling you, we have eaten, we are full, we are just celebrating the Lord. And with me, the host of this beautiful home is none other than the man of God, together with the woman of God, that I want to talk to briefly, and I want to reach out to you that kindly sit back, listen to what God is doing. Even in these end times, we have people that have a big heart to reach out to the vulnerable. And so without taking much time, let me invite my host of this great children's home, Beat the Drum. What's the meaning of that? You're most welcome.
Thank you so much. Welcome so much at Beat the Drum. This is a spring of life where God gives hope to the hopeless. As you heard, my name is Pastor Peter. I'm the manager and the pastor of Beat the Drum Children's Home. We are under Bishop David Dagana, who is the presiding bishop of Glory Outreach Assembly. We learned this home with my wife. I am the father to 3 children of this home, and I have my own 4 children. So
in total we are 37.
We are 37 children.
Wow.
And the home was started in the year 2007.
Before we go there, man of God, Pastor Peter, did you start as a pastor or you had a professional career before you came here?
Before I came here, I was a professional in dairy technology.
Mm-hmm.
I did dairy training, where I was supposed to work as an extension officer with dairy farmers.
Okay.
And also working in a dairy factory, processing milk.
Yes.
So when I went to work in Kinangop, I joined the GOA ministry, where I was under Bishop David Dagana.
Yes.
Who is a man of a great vision. He had a vision for churches.
Yes.
And for the compassion. Had a compassion for the needy. So when I was serving in that work, I was also a church elder in the church.
Okay.
A GOA church in Donyonjero. And as I was serving God, I came to know Bishop Dagana as a man with a great vision. And I shared with him that whenever there would be an opportunity to serve in the ministry, I'm willing to serve God.
Wow.
So from my profession, God called me through Bishop David.
Okay.
Where I was working as an extension officer with a cooperative society called Moki Farmers in Kinangop.
Okay.
So
Moki Farmers, they are seeing you now. You know, they're going to watch these.
They are seeing me.
Wow.
My colleagues there are some colleagues who are still there. There is a Kinangop community who knows me. So when God called me through Bishop, I had to resign. I resigned my profession.
Wow.
I had a big vision of maybe also doing my dairy farming projects there.
Yes.
But I had to respond to this call. And I came, I left my job. I told my family I'm going to work.
How was it taken by your family? Putting in mind, you married while you were in a professional career, and now a call to serve God has come. And not only to serve God, a call to serve God, literally, than to deal with children. How did it come? Or how did your wife take it?
It was not quite easy because I had to convince them that we are to relocate from our land, because we had already bought a piece of land, and we already settled the family.
Okay.
And it took time for me to convince them, and they actually accepted.
Okay.
And also I took time to consult with God.
Wow.
Before even I resigned. And God told me that He's calling me to go. There may be challenges, but He shall be with me.
Wow.
That's the message I received before I responded to the bishop, because I later on called him and told him I'm willing to go.
You are willing to come here now.
Yeah.
Now, when I look at what we have here, did you begin what we have here, or there was somebody else ahead of you?
There was somebody else who was here for 3 years because the home was started in 2007
Okay.
and I joined the home in 2010.
Okay.
So I was coming to replace that pastor who had left.
Okay.
So from the year 2010 I've been here. There are many things that have changed since I came here.
Okay.
Through the cooperation of our bishop and the hand of God,
Yes.
we have managed to do so much, as you can see around here.
Yes.
Now the home has got some few projects, income generating projects that are able to meet our basic needs.
Okay.
We got some chicken project, poultry.
Mm-hmm.
We got some cows
Yes.
that are able to provide the children with milk.
Mm-hmm.
We do some farming to get some vegetables.
Okay.
Despite the fact that this is a semi-arid area,
Yes.
through the training I received in my daily or my professional course,
Wow.
God has been using that training.
So in other words, the training that God took you through was for this place. Do you feel fulfilled?
I feel so fulfilled because actually I was supposed to be employed by the government,
Yes.
but the government had no jobs. I was employed by the private sector, or that organization, the farmers cooperative.
Yes.
But if I look back, I did not use my skills much on the government, although it's government who trained me. I just used it for a few years with the cooperative. And now I've been here for 11 years.
Wow.
And I've seen God using the skills I have. And so today I can tell someone that you can also serve God through the skills you have.
Wow.
Maybe you are a banker, you can serve God through your finances.
Yes.
Maybe you are a doctor or a nurse, you can give clinical services. So we can still serve God even wherever we are. And the profession you have can be turned to serve God. Because now here children cannot buy milk.
Yes.
Children don't buy vegetables.
Yes.
Children can take some eggs from the home, which the projects that we have started and we are progressing on.
We bless the name of the Lord.
So,
Pastor Peter, this is not just any other kind of a children's home. I want us to enter there. It is a special children's home. Kindly, can you tell the viewer and me what kind of a children's home is Beat the Drum?
okay, Beat the Drum is a home for special needs. And actually there's people with health issues, children with health issues. And actually there are children who are HIV positive.
Wow.
Who have been abandoned somewhere, who have been forsaken by relatives,
God.
who have suffered stigma. Those are the kind of children we have been receiving here from the year 2007. We have taken them from where they were abandoned. We have taken them from our churches, from villages where they are poor grandmothers.
Wow.
Who cannot be able to feed them or to take them to hospital. And here they have come and found a home. They have been brought up here, they have received an education. Some are able now to support themselves. They have families. I have several children who are also having families. Some are working, some have kept businesses.
Wow.
So this is the kind of children that we care for.
Wow. Pastor Peter, Bishop has several children's home. We are talking about 7 in number.
Yeah.
Now, how do you select, or are the children feeling a bit, why am I being taken to Beat the Drum? I'm not being taken to a children's home in the Tower. I'm not being taken away to the children like Tumaini. How do you allow the child, or how do you select your children when they are coming here?
Okay, we select our children through our churches. Maybe in our churches there are also people with the orphan children. We also select our children from the community. There are social workers who we are in connection with. They normally call us, asking us whether we have a vacancy. We also pick our children through the children officer, who is a government officer. Many people bring children to him. Then he calls us and asks us whether we have a vacancy. So that's how we correct our children.
When children are coming here, do they know their status?
Actually, they don't, because they come when they are too young.
Okay. Which is the youngest child that you have ever received?
The youngest child we have received was two months old.
Jesus.
He was an infant of 2 months old, weighing 1.5 kilograms.
Jesus.
Because the child had, the mother had passed on.
In a hospital, in a home, was the child thrown somewhere? How did you come across the 2 months?
The child was abandoned by the relatives in a hospital in Moranga, simply because the mother was HIV positive. They did not want to care for a HIV positive child. They feared. You know, there is that stigma on children who are HIV, or people who are HIV positive. So when they abandoned the child, we had a member of our GOA church who was working in that hospital. So he called the bishop, and the bishop called us and asked us whether we are ready to receive a 2 months old child.
A boy, a girl?
A girl. So we took we said we were ready, and the child was brought in this home. It was not an easy task to bring up a child. My wife was not ready to receive a baby at that time.
Oh my God.
But she took the burden, and with the help of our bishop, we were able to get the milk, the powder milk. We were able to bring up the child, and now the child is 6 years old.
Wow.
And in school. A very beautiful, healthy girl.
Now, you have said that you collect the children. The children either they are brought to you, or somebody calls you within the vicinities. Because I see we are in Nakuru County. Who are you at network? Who do you network with? Like right now, when a child comes here, you need to have the details of that child. Maybe the relatives of that child, or others definitely they don't have. Who are your networks?
Okay, we network with first with the children officer.
Okay.
As I mentioned, he receives children from all over the county, and especially from Naivasha sub-county and Nakuru county. We network with the hospitals, because there are parents who take children to the hospitals, and the doctors can see how they are struggling, even for fare to bring the child to the hospital.
Okay.
They can see the condition of the child, the way the child is in bad health condition, because the grandmother is not able to care for them. So we network with the hospital, with the children officer. We network with our fellow pastors.
Okay.
And even the local authority, like the chiefs.
Okay.
Because actually the chiefs who write a letter to identify that the child comes from his locality, to identify that the child is a total orphan or is a partial orphan. So they have to write a recommendation letter, the chief or the pastor, that they know the child's background. And that one helps us a lot when we want to trace the child home.
Pastor Peter, it seems to be a very vulnerable case, yeah?
Yeah.
That you and your wife has taken over. Putting in mind, you are not only taking an orphan, you're taking a child that has health issues. How do you handle the child in the home? Because definitely there must be a very good diet, there must be very good health maintenance, a clinic record. How do you go about that?
So when you are picking the child, first of all we have to look at we have to make a reference to where the child was taking medication, so that we can get the history of the child. And the doctor or the clinic officer writes a referral letter to where we normally take our children. We normally take our children to one of the best hospitals around here. We have chosen Kijabi Hospital.
Okay.
Which has good medication.
Yes.
So we ensure that they are going to a good hospital. Then when the child comes here, we have prepared a balanced diet for the child.
Okay.
Ensuring that the child is taking enough vitamins, enough proteins, enough vegetables, and through the proper feeding and routine medication,
yes,
we ensure that the child is taking the medication as required and is attending the clinics as required.
Okay.
And by so doing, our children, as you can see them playing around here, they are looking healthy, they are strong, and they're able to pursue life like any other child.
Have you ever received a case whereby the child has had the virus for a very long time and they have not been on medication? Have you ever received such cases?
Yeah, we have received such cases, not once. Almost every year we receive such a case.
Either because mtoto hajui, maybe the child does not know, ama wazazi wake wali neglect, ama what happens in that scenario?
In such a scenario is where maybe the parent knew, but they did not take measures to take the child to the hospital. So the child deteriorated in his or her health so much that the parents now felt the burden was too much. They look for a place to take the child. So when they bring them here, we have to start from the scratch, because maybe even the child was not taking the medication. Maybe the virus or the disease had eaten up on the child too much. So it requires us to, some of the children cases have ended up in hospitalization of the child. When the child comes here, you realize that maybe after staying with him for 1 month, he has been hospitalized. Maybe he has some developed pneumonia, he has developed tuberculosis. So it requires us to go deep to our pockets to ensure that child comes restored health. The health is restored.
In such cases, which was the worst case scenario? Have we ever lost a child because of such negligence?
Yeah, at least we have lost one child because of the negligence of the parents or the guardians. Because I remember there was a child who came here. At 15 years, he was weighing around 17 kilograms.
Wow.
He was so emaciated. The tuberculosis or TB had eaten up on him so much. And even the doctors told us that this child has no chances of survival. So we stayed with him. We did the best we could. And he was scanned, he was treated tuberculosis, he followed up on his medication. But finally, he was not able to survive, simply because of the background, the history of the child disease. When he came here, he was not on any medication.
Okay.
He was not on any balanced diet. He was on very poor health. But we did our best, and we lost him. But he's the only child we have lost. And I think that was around 2013 there or 2014.
Now, putting in mind as the institution manager, together with your wife, how did you feel? Did you feel like you have failed God? Did you feel like the burden is too much? Did you feel like, oh my God, this is not what we were looking for? How did you feel?
It was so discouraging because of the efforts we had put on that child. We and the GOA ministry, because the child had fallen ill several times, had been in and out of the hospital, we felt so discouraged, even losing that soul, although we knew how he had come here. But it was so discouraging for us. And I want to thank God because we are supported by our bishop and the head office all throughout the treatment of the child, even to the burial, because we had to connect with the guardians who are not showing up in the course of his sickness, who are not showing up in the course of his staying here. But we were able to connect with them, and we buried the child in Moranga.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, these children, they are not entirely orphans. They're those ones that have their relatives, like maybe the mother died when the mother was HIV positive and the child was left with the grandmother.
Yes.
They are not entirely orphans.
Actually, most of them are orphans.
Okay.
Because you realize that when this pandemic came about, it first of all took away the parents. And so most of the children here are orphans.
Okay.
There are those with a single parent, but the parent is also sick, he's also vulnerable, he's also weak and unable even to feed him or herself. So those who are here, majority of them are orphans, and the single orphans here, their parents are
Are also helpless.
helpless because they are sick, they are still on medication,
Mm-hmm.
they are not on a paying job. So we just take them also because we know their parents are also suffering.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the process of bringing them up, I see these are very good community, but I don't see a school. I don't see a school within the institution. And we have those ones that are in school. Do we have the high schoolers? Do we have the, how is the category of those who go to school right now? And where do they go to school?
Okay, we have the category of first the primary school children who stay here, 23 of them.
Okay.
We take them to a private school because we feel that is where they can get some attention.
Okay.
With their health condition, we feel that being in a private school, they will be able to be nurtured well.
Yes.
Or to be catered for in their education. We have others who are in high school, 10 of them.
Wow.
We have some who are in different schools in Kenya and also in one of our schools in GOA High School.
Wow.
In Kinangop. The other category are those who are in colleges.
We have those ones that are in colleges.
Yeah, we have those who are in colleges and polytechnics, pursuing different courses in life. We also have the last category of our children, those who are now, who we can say they are settled, they are settled.
They are already those ones that have already settled in marriage.
Yeah, we have at least two. We can mention of two.
Yes.
We can mention of some who we know they are doing business.
Even in their, let's go back to those that are already settled in marriage. Even in their HIV status, they have risen and they have homes. They have marriages, they have children.
Yeah, they have children. And they are happy, they are so happy to have children because now they have a hope. And the children they have had because of the medical initiatives that have come up.
Yes.
They have healthy children who are
are not HIV.
Yeah, in such a case they can say they have a hope.
Wow.
Because they have healthy children.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, in the college, which is the highest institution that you have taken children specifically from this home?
We have a child that is doing accounts.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, the child has been wishing to become a banker. And,
wow.
So he has been. In fact, I realized when he was in class 5, and I mentored him and I told him, "You are going to become a banker." So he has been working towards that. Now he's training in Nairobi, in one of the institutions. He's taking accounts.
Wow.
So that is the one that we can say. There's also another one who did computer science. And he's pursuing it in Kabete Technical in Nairobi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you feel as a father? Putting in mind, right now, besides your 4, you have 33. Everybody is looking at you as a father. How do you feel? Do you see this great achievement? By the closure of the day when you're going to sleep, how is your spirit?
I feel a sense of satisfaction when I see the children, especially when I take a child and I see him changing. Maybe he came when he was in poor health. Maybe he came when he didn't know how to read and write. Because we have taken even children who have been out of school for so long and now they came here, they start schooling.
Yes.
I feel a sense of satisfaction and joy.
Wow.
When I hear that there are some children from this home who are their families. And we feel that now we are growing, we are also becoming grandparents.
Awesome.
From this home.
From this place.
Yes.
Now, Pastor, I want to ask this question before I go to the other side of feeding the children. That one is the side of mama so much. Now, you have told me that your children are highly in private schools. And I believe myself, I own a school. And that's the reason why, by the way, we have come here. I own a school. And I know as a director, I wouldn't like my school to fail. I want to see children performing. And when we take them to school, we are not taking them as special children, when we are taking them there, we are taking them as children, as normal children. How do you handle the academics of all these 33 children, together with you as 37? How do you handle academic pressure?
Academic pressure is quite great. Because you see, with all these children, we have to make sure they are doing well in school. And they are excelling. And as I've told you, you have heard there are those who have joined great schools in Kenya,
Yes.
even good institutions.
Mm.
So every day we have to follow up with their homework.
You and mom.
Yeah, also assisted by the caregivers who are here.
Yes.
But mostly that is our responsibility to make
Like
sure.
signing of the diary.
Yeah, like nowadays with the CBC education, we have to sign a diary every day.
Wow.
And also they have already introduced another system for the upper classes, class 7 and 8.
Yeah, because they are refusing to do homework.
Yeah, so the parent have to follow up. Every day I have to sign all the homework of all the subjects for all the children. Every day I have to sign. And not only signing, I have to peruse and see that they have done well.
So that one who has not completed well, go back and...
Yeah, go back and complete. Go back and do it better or well as you are expected. So that has not been easy. Sometimes you are called to school to go for academic clinic.
Yes.
To follow up with the performance of the child. And maybe like in one of our church, GOA schools, we have 7 children.
Wow.
You have to go and follow in every subject. In every subject.
As a father?
Yeah, like this time we had 3 meetings. Actually 4.
And you appeared in all of them?
We shared with my wife. She has to attend some. I have to attend some. And so that we can balance. So, and that one has helped us because through such following, we can see some of our children are doing well, achieving more than 330 marks, 340.
Wow.
And going to good schools.
How is their study environment? Have you come up with a place whereby I can see there is power, I can see a big dining hall? Have you come up with study rooms whereby they are going to feel like there is a home setup?
Yeah, we have study rooms. If you get into one of the houses, you find that we have put charts where we have prepared mathematical tables.
What?
We have prepared charts for additional, so that the child is also able to read in the room. The one who is not able to read ABCD, he can read it in the room. So there is an environment of reading in the rooms. There is a room set for evening revision and homework.
Wow.
So that is provided.
So you don't only pick them to nurture them and to give them a home, you're very much concerned about the academic venture in the future.
Yeah, actually we are very much concerned. Even those who are in high school, when they come, we have to have a meeting with them. I take their results. I see how they perform. I talk to them generally. Then later on I call one by one.
You have a one-on-one counseling?
Yeah, and to advise them and to tell them, in this you have not done well, in this you need to improve. Such.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, being a father, you were the head. There are so many disciplinary actions. Like right now, I only have 2 of my own. Sometimes I yell at the top of my voice. You have 33. How do you administer discipline? Putting in mind, mtoto akishakuwa mkubwa, there is the concept like the grandmother is coming to visit you, the grandmother is coming to visit, so we are not brothers, and definitely this is not our dad. And we have that notion whereby if you spark a child, the child knows, why are you sparking me and you're not my parent? How do you do disciplinary?
So discipline is actually an issue with the children. Either they are from the home or from other home setups. So what we normally do is that children are of different age groups, and what helps us in this home is setting some simple instructions which are followed by all the children, especially because we normally take young children or small children. We bring them up with those simple instructions.
They enter in the system.
Yeah, they know what they are supposed to do. Like they don't have to fight one another. They have to respect the workers. They have to respect dad and mom. They just need to respect and to show respect and to obey.
Wow.
So they also have some duties which they know they are supposed to do.
Okay.
Like
I wanted to ask her, do they have duties?
Like making their beds. They have to know to make their beds when they are young. They have to know maybe the very young children to collect litter in the compound. Maybe the elder girls, you help them they do some help in the kitchen.
They cook.
Yeah, you see, it's good for them to learn some life skills.
Yes.
So they all know that if I don't do this, it will not be happy.
It's not going to go well.
It will not go well. But we don't spark them, as you say.
Yeah.
But what we do, like now those who are teenagers, we do a lot of talking,
Wow.
counseling,
Wow.
and even inviting other people to counsel them.
To talk to them.
Like Reverend Joyce is a trained counselor. Sometimes she do come here. Sometimes we call some counselors from Kijabi Hospital.
Wow.
Yeah, because we have some doctors who are good counselors. So through that search, our children have grown up in discipline.
Wow.
And you can just know that they are well disciplined as you stay around with them here.
I have seen it.
Yeah,
I have seen it. Pastor, parents out there, they are saying bringing up children is becoming a challenge, especially the 20th century child. And you can get a parent saying, hey, huyu mi wangu amenishinda. What are the principles beside setting system? What has helped you so much that these children, even in their teenage, because you have not said that you have ever been called concerning any case of misbehavior in school, the child has been suspended or the child has been expelled, and putting in mind there are so many. Besides the system, what helps you? Because you're talking to parents there who are also saying, mi wangu amenishinda na ni wawili tu, you have 33. Besides the system, what else helps you bring up your children?
Okay, if I may talk to parents who are outside there, what helps me in bringing these children up is even the way I conduct myself.
Wow.
Morals I have, my standing in the society here, and also in the home. So they follow what I do. Because if I was a drunkard or a smoker, you would find children doing the same. But also my own character, it matters. And also the word of God, which I believe in, through which I've, even from my background, I've been taught. So we teach them the Christian way of life.
Wow.
And through the word of God is able to correct, is able to teach, is able to guide. So it has also been their guide. Another thing is prayer. It is praying for these children, the same case that even the parents out there should do. Here we are able to pray for all these children. Sometimes we have to pray for each of them. We mention their names before God. And we have seen them changing, even those who are in maybe bad character. When you pray for them, you see they are changing. Then another thing is to be patient with children. Because as you stay with a child, you can see a child is bad today, but if you be patient with him,
yes,
maybe it is because of the adolescent, because of the teenage, because of peer pressure, but with the time, if you become patient with that child, maybe it's just 1 year, and then the next year the child will be good.
Wow.
So we don't need to give up with our children.
Now, Pastor Peter, this is a great opportunity that the Lord has given us. And as we are hosting this show, I know as a human being, because we are still under the sun, we have not yet gone to heaven, you have challenges in bringing up these children. There are things that you like people to come in, uphold your hand, and go to the next level. Would you mind telling us a few challenges that you like the world to hear and come out and help beat the drum children's home?
Yeah, there are challenges, some few challenges that we go through.
Yes.
Like as we know, we are caring for children who are a health issue. Sometimes they fell ill. Sometimes they need medication. So that is an issue that we want maybe people who are willing to help. They can help us through our bishop, Bishop David Lagana.
Wow.
You can send your assistance. It will go to the medical bills of the children.
Okay. Or we have a medical bill department.
We have a medical bill that we need to, every month we spend some money.
Okay.
So if one can give some money, it will help in that area.
Okay.
We also, as you hear, we are taking the children to school. They also need
And a private school for that matter.
private school.
Yes.
Because they require special attention.
Mm.
And now on another matter is that there are so many needy children around here who have been calling on us to accommodate them here, but we don't have enough space.
Mm-hmm.
Our desire is to have a capacity of 50 children in this home.
Okay.
As you hear, we are handling 33.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone can come up and construct another house,
Like a hostel.
our hostel for about 15 children,
Mm.
we can be able to accommodate another 15 children, and then we'll be able to care for those people in the society, because we feel we have a calling, and there are so many needy people. It's only that we don't have a capacity for them. So you can be willing to support us, become a partner with us. You can become you can contribute monthly
You can, yeah.
through our head office, through our bishop.
Yes.
The help shall reach this home.
Wow.
And if someone can have a heart to come and construct another cottage or another structure,
Mm.
it will be very good, because we shall be able to receive the children who are so needed in our society.
Wow.
So any help is welcome, locally and internationally. There are those people who locally would want to come and visit this home. You hear that we have special children who require a special diet. There are also other basic needs where they are staying. So any help is welcome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man of God, Pastor Peter, I want to thank God for this great opportunity. And again, I want to extend this hand to anybody. Maybe you're there, you have had this condition and you have made it in life, you have a family, you are having a career. Please come out. We are calling them peer mentors. Come out here. Let's talk to these children. And before we go, man of God, I want to bring in Mommy so that she can tell us about the medication of the learners, because she's the one who is so much involved with them. Before we go, Dad, have you ever had challenges? Do these children feel like, do they regret why they were born? Do they feel like they're feeling like this is not my place? Have you ever encountered such cases, and how do you handle them?
Actually, the children who are here, we have not had so many of such challenges.
Yes.
Because as I told you, we are bringing up small children or young children.
Okay.
This one is realized when a child is above maybe 15 years and the child is in high school. That's when they come to realize, why have I been taking this medication? That's when they start asking themselves so many questions. They start blaming maybe their parents. They start blaming their relatives. Why did I start taking this medication? But as far as these young children are concerned, as long as they are here, we have not had them complaining. And
they don't know why they are taking the medicine?
There are those who know, especially those who are above 12 years, because they are disclosed. It is disclosed to them as they continue in advancing in age. When they are just young, they don't know why they are taking medication.
Okay.
But as they advance in age, as they get disclosed, as they grow up, they start, when someone is growing up as a teenager, as a young adult, there are so many questions coming up.
Wow.
On them. So that's when maybe those challenges come to us. We realize that this child is changing. Maybe he's having some moods. It is because maybe he has known he's regretting some few things here and there. But as far as these young children here are concerned, we have not had them that kind of a challenge.
Wow. Another reason why we are calling out for the peer mentors. If you're there, you have conquered this great monster. You can come out, help the young ones, just to know this is not a death sentence. There is a great future out of it. God bless you. See you in the next session.